Hello everybody, looking forward to our discussion today about the HRD Antwerp Design Awards, the 2022 edition. I'll be chatting with Concetta Spitalieri about these awards. There's a lot to talk about, so I'm looking forward very much to Concetta joining me. Just watching out, I can see her request, very good, and she's just in a moment. We'll have lots to talk about today. So these awards will be, hello, Concetta.
Hello.
Nice
Hi,
to see
David.
you.
How are you?
I'm very well. Great to see you. How are things in Antwerp today?
Oh, fantastic. Hot. You cannot believe we're in Belgium and it's like in Italy. So
Yeah, really hot.
Huh?
Yeah, it's quite nice in England. In London, it's sort of sunny, not so hot today. So but pleasant. So
you don't have rain? You don't have rain?
No, not today. We had rain yesterday, but it's very nice today, but not too hot because we had also the heat wave here. But great to have you with us today. We've got a lot to chat about. The HRD Antwerp Design Awards, the 2022 edition. Could you just tell us a little bit about the background to the whole story of these design awards, a little bit about the history?
Thank you so much, David. Of course, I will. And of course, we are happy to to reply to any questions that, of course, those who are watching us might have. So this is the 18th edition. It runs every 2 years, which means that's already 36 years that this is running. Of course, the purpose is really to go global and to give to all the young minds, not necessarily young people, but young creative minds, really the opportunity to participate to this contest and really, have a chance to become known, to become famous, and to have a future. That's really the basic.
And this is very much a global competition, isn't it? Open to people all around the world.
Absolutely. It's a global competition, really open for everyone, to everyone. And of course, it started in Belgium, in Antwerp, because it's really our Belgian heritage and the platform, of course, in the history of diamonds, as everyone will know. So.
Okay, very good. Well, let's look at this new edition, the 2022 edition. Now, firstly, what is the theme of this contest?
Well, we wanted to give an inspirational theme, again, with this chance to give to everyone, really the chance to participate. The theme is peace. We really thought it was, pretty appropriate. It goes without saying with all what, we've gone through and we still are, many are, unfortunately. It's really, just to say, well, with our little initiative, which is, even though global, we can really give a chance to people who don't have the chance maybe to be seen or to be noticed or have even the financial means, to travel and show their talent. So this was really the purpose.
Very good. So peace is the theme, and I'm sure that will inspire lots of potentially amazing designs. And in terms of the categories of the HRD Antwerp Design Awards, I mean, what are the categories?
We have 3 categories. We have a new one new this year. We have always the diamond, of course. Then we have gemstones, and we have added the new one, which is the accessorizes, because we thought really that there was this need to designers, maybe also, to give total.
Well, I've just lost some sound, Concetta, for some reason. I can't hear you suddenly. I've just lost your sound.
Sorry. Yeah. So we added the new category, which is accessorize on top of diamonds and on top of gemstones. And this is really just to allow young designers to, to just give freedom to their creativity and also come, maybe with more ideas with hands, with handbags, with hats, with shoes, whatever they want.
Very good. So 3 broad categories: diamond jewellery, gemstone jewellery, and accessories.
Yeah, and accessories.
Excellent. So could you tell me, are there any limitations upon those who may apply? Any age limits, for example? Who should be applying for this contest?
Everyone, really. Those who begin, those who have already started their career. And there is no age limit, where the only limit that we have given is to be 18 plus, of course. Otherwise, even if we're younger than this age, if there is, of course, an approval from their guardian, it's also open to them. So young minds and creative minds, they don't have age.
All right, very good. So this is the key question, and we'll be repeating this throughout the Insta Live, because I know that during Instagram Lives, people come and go. How do people register? How do they enter? And when is the deadline for applications?
Oh, sure. Yes, please. Well, we have a dedicated website, which is the HRDAntwerp.com. Of course, all the information is there, but we're also here for you if it's needed. The deadline is October the 15th. So we have extended the deadline because we really had so much interest that we wanted to give, again, more chances to people to apply, of course. So that's the deadline, yes.
Okay, and when people apply, do they submit their designs with the applications? How does that
Absolutely, yeah.
work?
They download their designs. Of course, the only request that we have is that, of course, the designs are originals; they are not copies, and they just can send. They can send also for the 3 categories. We also have many questions about this. So yes, but the only limitation is that 1 design per category, not more. That's so they have more chances, of course.
All right. Very good. So we welcome questions from viewers, so please do ask anything you want to about this competition. So this is the 18th edition of the HRD Antwerp Design Awards, isn't it? What can you tell us a little bit about the past? I mean, it's essentially previous winners, I think they found that their careers can really benefit, can't they, from winning this award? I understand you had a winner in 2013, she quoted in your press release, who now is a designer with a major jewellery brand. I mean, do you think the awards can really help to raise the profile of winners within the industry?
Oh, without any doubt. I think not only winning, the artist that you saw in the press release where she won, but we have many and who I've been speaking with who really have had a fantastic career. They really stated that this helped them, even just by being finalists or by participating. So I think that the fact is to participate to this international contest and be part of this and learn so much is definitely an experience, and it's something that you learn from. It's not only winning, but participating. So don't hesitate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a wonderful opportunity to develop the career of young designers coming through wherever they are around the world. So can you just tell us a little bit about the process, the adjudication process? So people will submit their registrations by the 15th of October to www.HRDDesignAwards.com. Then what happens?
Then we take a little bit of time, of course, to download all the designs, because this is a little bit of an administrative burden that we have to deal with. We will gather with a fabulous high-level expertise jury members. They come from, of course, from the sector, from the jury sector, and they will evaluate all the designs that we have received. They give them a grading which goes from 1 to 5, and of course there all the process starts, and it ends more or less around mid-December. And then in January at Vicenza Oro, on the 22nd of January, we're going to announce, of course, the winners and the finalists. But there is going to be communication all along the way through all the steps that I've just mentioned to you.
Okay, and so I hope that answers the question of Pallavi Verma. I can see on the screen who asked, once we submit the designs, what is the next step? So an adjudication process by a panel of very established judges, and that will go, they will grade the applications, and ultimately the winners will be announced at the January edition of Vicenza Oro. That's, you said, the 23rd of January, is that correct? 22nd of January, 2023. We've got a question from Dolla Bella Larissa. Thank you very much indeed for the question. Can one see the designs of the shortlisted winners anywhere online? Will there be any sort of demonstration of the winning designs or the shortlisted people's designs online that people can look at?
Of course, yeah. First of all, we have planned really a massive communication in terms of socials and on our website and through our press channels. So this is for sure, and it's definitely planned. So not only the winners, but also the finalists will be shown, showcased at Vicenza Oro, and then through all the process. And it's going to be our pleasure, of course, to feature them online. That always with the designer consent. So what is important to say is that the designs remain the ownership of the designer. So please don't be afraid. Absolutely. I know this is a very sensitive question. So this belongs to the designers. Don't be afraid, but we will do our utmost best, of course, to accompany you through the process of featuring them so that, of course, the world can see the talent, your talent.
Yeah. So essentially, would it be the shortlisted designs that will appear digitally or just the winners?
So we have, just as a reminder, so we have the 3 categories. And then, of course, we have the diamonds, the gemstone, and the accessories. And then we have the winner, and we have the runner-up. And we have 2 runners-up per category. So, of course, this makes a list of 9 artists which are going to be featured and are going to receive a prize.
And those designs, people will be able to see those on the HRD Design Awards website?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Not only on the socials, on the website, and also featured at our events.
Right. So how will HRD Antwerp be supporting these winners? I mean, will, for example, there be an Instagram campaign in which the HRD Antwerp Instagram account will be showcasing the winning designs, presenting them on Instagram, for example? What kind of social media support will HRD Antwerp be giving to the winners?
Oh, definitely on Instagram, but much more. We have definitely hired a professional agency because we really thought that these deserved a complete focus really for the young designers. So they will be featured on Instagram, they will be featured on our website, on LinkedIn, also on our professional pages. And of course, we're going to be sharing and talking also. We will feature the artists and designers themselves because, I mean, it's the design, but it's the human behind the design. So it's really important that we also have a contact with them. And yes, through all the campaigns. So super, super important. Absolutely. This is really up on the list for us.
Now, you've got some pretty high-level support for these awards, haven't you? You're in partnership with 2 important groups within the industry. Can you just tell us a little bit about who you have partnered with for the HRD Antwerp Design Awards?
Oh, with pleasure. We're pretty honored to say this. So we are partnering with Vicenza Oro. I'm sure that those who are listening to us now, that they know that it's really the largest European show, really exhibition for jewelry and for diamonds. And of course, we are also having very, very good support from SIGJO, who is really the World Jewelry Confederation, which is a great honor for us because by endorsing really our initiatives, it means that they trust us. So it's very, very good. Not only for us, but especially for our designers, for our young people.
And why is HRD Antwerp supporting and promoting and organizing these awards? Why are you doing this?
I really, we really think that innovation, innovative minds, not only young, but really creating innovative minds can really bring a lot, and we really want this to be part of the full system. We really need to have this young blood, these new ideas that can help us not only for these awards, but also for through the sector. And this is, I mean, that's the future. The future is innovation, is inventing and reinventing ourselves. And the best way to do this, of course, is to be in constant contact with really young minds who have great new ideas and can help us, of course, grow and move forward. That's really the idea. So really young, built in and not bolt on, of course, in the process.
And what can you tell us about the publicity drive during this period up to the registration deadline, how HRD Antwerp will be publicizing these design awards over the next few weeks?
Oh, we will be really starting really from now. Of course, it has been a little bit, let's say, calm because of the summer break for many companies, but we're really starting now till September, where we already have a short announcement of where we stand, of course, in terms of registration, and then all the way through January, where we are going to accompany the designers, showcasing the designers and the designs, featuring them, talking also about our top incredible jury members, these really high-level people who have accepted to give their incredible and precious help really to select and to judge the designs. So this is going to be a full, complete, really a company of the process till January next year, where we're going to have really a red carpet event with the announcement, really our, let's say, Oscar event, where the winners are going to be, of course, there. So till that moment, it's going to be non-request from now.
Good. So we have a question from Barvik_AA. Will there be anywhere in HRD Antwerp social media platforms where people will be able to see previous winners, previous successful designs from earlier competitions, or is that something you may consider going forward?
We will do. What we have to also to take into account is that many of those people who have, also the participants in the past who have won, now today they work with known brands, which of course they don't want to be mentioned. So we have to be careful about this, but we're going to feature, yes, of course, people from the past who participated, and I'm sure that there are many who are also with us today, David. I'm sure that they are listening and watching us. So this is also absolutely in the pipeline. They are going to tell their stories, how this full process, full initiative helped them in a way or another. Mm-hmm.
Can previous winners join this year's competition or not?
Yes, they can if they want to. Absolutely, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And in many ways, not only by they can also give their support, they can share their ideas. They've gone through the process, so they also might have, incredible ideas on how to improve it. Why not? This is what I stated before. It's not just on the design process, but the full process is, of course, to improve ourselves.
Yeah, just want to say hello to Marco Carniello, the exhibition director of Vicenza Oro, who's just joined us. So hi, Marco. Nice to have you with us today. We welcome questions from everybody about the HRD Antwerp Design Awards. Your press release said that you would be hoping to attract some 2,500 applications. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about this number? Is this comparable with previous years? Are you hopeful you're going to get so many designers all around the world registering to enter the competition this year?
Oh, we are ambitious, so we really hope that we will do more than previous years, of course. And then my message to all those who are listening to us is really, please do join us. It's for free. It's just a way to have your talent finally seen, especially for those who, they can't, by any reason whatsoever, be this the financial reasons or just because they can't travel. So please do not hesitate. Don't be afraid about the designs. They belong to you. And our work and our job is really to showcase them, to show your talent, and to just tell the world that, your talent is seen and give a chance to you, really, so just take it. And yes, don't hesitate. And if any questions is not answered today, you can always, of course, contact David or us directly. We will be really happy to help you out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for those who've just joined us, because we know by nature of the Instagram lives, people come and go. In order to enter the HRD Antwerp Design Awards competition this year, you go to www.HRDAntwerpDesignAwards.com and then you register for free. And you submit your designs, you download your designs. This is a global competition. Applicants need to be at least 18 years of age. But apart from that, Concetta, that's the only limit, isn't it? Otherwise, anybody who see themselves as having talent to create jewelry designs may enter. Is that right?
Absolutely, it's totally right. Yes, and then I said before, even younger than 18, with of course, with the consent from the guardian, we also do accept. No limit to really to talent. So yes, please feel free. Absolutely, that's the way. So yeah, we really want to have more and more young people on board and really give as much chance as possible to everyone to participate. So just don't hesitate if there is anything which is unclear. Normally all the information is in our website, as David just mentioned, but don't hesitate if you want to get hold of us. You can also write to us, and then we will do our best, of course, to help you out and to respond to your questions if you have.
Yeah, and we have just a comment from LG Gallery, who says that she is a jewelry designer from Iran. Just again, to be absolutely clear, Concetta, people can enter this competition from any country around the world.
From any country around the world, absolutely.
Yeah.
So creativity, thanks God, there's yes, this is from all over the world. Yes, please.
Okay, excellent. We've just lost a bit of sound then from you. I don't know why that was, but you're saying that this is anybody from any country can enter.
Anybody from, yeah, absolutely, anybody, anybody. Yes, there is no limitation to creativity. At least there is no really no barriers.
Right. So again, the theme is peace.
The theme is peace.
Obviously, we're in a difficult period in the world at the moment. Obviously, we've seen the war in Ukraine. We've just come through a pandemic. It's not officially over, the pandemic. It's still ongoing. Fortunately, we have vaccines, but it's been a very turbulent period, and now there's a lot of challenges facing people due to rising inflation and so on. Do you think the theme of peace is going to really create some incredibly innovative designs from jewelry designers all around the world who perhaps lived through some quite tough times over the last few years?
Well, I'm sure that this will inspire, of course, to designers, and it's a beautiful theme. I mean, it's maybe the most inspiring theme after what we have been living, or we are still living, because it's, as you said, rightly said, David, is not over yet. So at least this gives a frame so that, the designers can really focus on. And I mean, that was really the best that we could come up with. But because if you give opportunity to talent to be seen, and they see that there is, a possibility, there is a future, when if there is hope, there is definitely a way to live peacefully. So that was really our reasoning throughout.
All right. So we have a question from Abdul Razik _Dal, who asks, and I think Abdul Razik may have just joined us very recently, how will the entries be judged? Can you just explain a little bit more about the adjudication process? I mean, how many judges roughly will be involved in this process? You're talking about maybe 2,500 entries, possibly, or more. So presumably you have quite a seasoned panel of judges. Well, what can you tell us about these judges in general terms of the kind of people or professions they're in, and again a little bit about the process to make sure that these are adjudicated fairly?
Absolutely. Well, yes, the designs are so sent to the website, the dedicated website, as I said before. They just receive a URN, so they are completely anonymous. This is super important for us, which means that the judges, as you said, they are seasoned people, very experienced, high-level people with really a lot of expertise. So they will judge, of course, on a number, which is anonymous, so we don't know who these designs belong to, and I think that's really the fairest way for everyone, which means that only creativity really wins. They give a grade which goes from 1 to 5, and of course those who get the highest grade, of course, they get to the finals. So again, to repeat, we have 3 categories. We have the diamonds, we have the gemstones, and we have the accessorizes. And of course, we have the winner per category, and we have 2 runners-up, which gives really to your talent 9 possibilities. And don't forget, of course, it's super important also to say that we have already been approached by main sponsors who, of course, will help the winners, to make this possible, to manufacture, of course, the artistic piece. So everything is really taken care of. This is important also for you to know. That's not only
so the winners will see their designs produced.
Yes. That's really...
Will that also apply to the runners-up, the 2 runners-up in each category?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yes, it will.
And then beyond the actual production of those pieces, what do we know as to what will then happen then? I mean, what will happen in terms of potential distribution, for example, and marketing? How will that all work going forward?
Oh, we will, of course, assist these young designers, and I'm sure that with all the, campaign that we're going to do around these artists, of course, this is going to be a way for us to push their creativity to be internationally renowned, which of course will wake up some, companies or jewelry, famous jewelry brands who will see this talent and fitting in their structure, of course, and building the future, because that's finally the story. I mean, when we showcase all these beautiful designs, of course, is to talk to these brands. Jewelry brands, of course, just like us, they really seek always for innovative designs and talents, and I'm sure that they will not miss this opportunity to see creative people, and they have really a chance to find a job, to have really future, maybe to build their own business if they feel like. So that's really our purpose. We do accompany them to be seen as much as possible through, of course, our campaigns, our social medias, posts, and then through the press, through the website, because this is also going to be constantly on our website.
Yeah. So, and again, LG, full stop Gallery, thank you for your latest comment. And we obviously would welcome very much your application. So please do send that in. Applications can be submitted to the HRD Antwerp Design Awards by entering for free, clicking on the website HRDAntwerpDesignAwards.com, downloading your designs, which must be original. It's all for free, and then you enter the competition, and your designs will then go forward to an adjudication process. We do welcome your questions. Could you just briefly, Concetta, tell us a little bit about HRD Antwerp, its main activities? I mean, you're very well known for certifying diamonds. Could you just tell us a little bit about the main activities of the business, and then this, if you like, the synergies between HRD Antwerp and this Design Awards contest?
Well, of course, the diamonds is the certification of the diamonds is definitely our core business, and of course, but we have innovative minds, so we are really very much open to what happens. We are really thinking very much about also the 2030 global agenda. We don't want to be dissociated from what happens, of course, around the world, and really have innovative and innovation, really, as I said, really in our DNA. So education is super important for us because, of course, again, it's also in our DNA to not only continue with our educative programs, and we have really programs which are very much known, like the Certified Diamond Grader and also the Gemologist, but we're looking also forward to innovate that offer so that more and more people can be attracted and, of course, get the right education and, again, improve either their business they're in or a future.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that Georgia Wang, London official, has just joined us. I met Georgia recently at Pure Jewel at Pure London trade show in London, a very talented designer. All designs from designers from around the world are most welcome in this competition. Again, for those who are joining us, the theme is peace. The deadline for applications is October 15. Entry is free. It's global, this competition. There are 3 categories: diamond jewelry, gemstone jewelry, and accessories. You go to www.HRDAntwerpDesignAwards.com and you submit your entries there. You submit your designs. They must be original. Applicants must be aged 18 or must have the permission of their guardian or parent. We want this to be a global competition, and then the winners, who will be announced in January, will see their designs manufactured. Can you tell us a little bit about, if you like, the exciting red carpet stage of all this process next January, Concetta? What's going to happen at Vicenzoro?
Well, I cannot really display everything because otherwise there is no surprise. But definitely, the red carpet event is really very much focused here, really on our finalists. It's really going to be focused completely on this. We are planning on also having, a fashion designer show, and also trying to see really the pieces made by the designers be worn, be also showcased. And of course, it's really going to be completely focused on the artistic part, really, of this designer. So we're going to announce not only the winners, but as I said, the finalists, and of course the runners-up, and of course talk about the sponsors, talk about really the way feature the artists, because this is going to be all really about them. So completely focused on that, feature their story, and really all the nice stories that I'm sure that they will be able to share.
Yeah. Good. So this competition effectively can create all kinds of career opportunities for the winners, can't it? I mean, not only are they going to see their pieces actually produced, but also potentially distributed and sold. I mean, if they can establish the right contacts with manufacturers going forward, or they may just take the award and the prestige of the award and get picked up by a big brand and join the design teams. I mean, presumably there's a myriad of potential ways in which a competition like this, which raises the visibility of winners, can help the careers of those who come through at the end.
Absolutely. And, those young designers, they can tell a story, they can inspire others, because that's really, again, at the end of the day, is, I participated, I spoke with somebody this morning from Dubai who participated in previous years, and how happy she was that this really made her professional life much easier. And this is what it is all about. So the young designers, or the designers with young minds, they will be able to tell their experience, to feature their experience, and others can say, oh, well, I didn't want to, I felt that I couldn't make it, and finally I can also make it. So inspiration is definitely going to be what we want to achieve, and of course to have at our next edition more and more and more joining, and give the chance to of course, to many more to participate. It's always the same purpose, really.
Yeah. Just want to say hello to Rose Gem, whom I met recently at the Mumbai IIJS premiere show. Again, I mean, all entries from all around the world are most welcoming. Would you expect countries like India and say even China? I know that China does not have Instagram. They won't see this live right now on Instagram, but do you expect there to be lots of applications from designs, from designers in these very populous countries like India and China?
Dear David, is not just we expect, but we really have already really had massive number of applications coming from there. So, again, creativity has no barriers. So thanks God, at least creativity has no barriers. So yeah, we really have received a lot already.
So in terms of the applications you've had in so far, you said you've had lots of applications. Are these more than expected? I mean, compared with previous years at this time? I mean, what can you say about the feedback you're getting so far?
We are a little bit above as compared to previous years, but we really want these years, we really, investing in having as many as possible, and again, give chance to really to make it global, to really know that this becomes really the contest where really all young people around the world expect to come and participate, because they're given a chance. That's really what we are aiming at. This is why we're putting, a lot of efforts, also on our socials, on our campaigns, and also, hiring professionals to make of this really a complete focus. That's where we want to get.
Yeah. And in terms of the applicants, some of whom will come from developing countries, and some of whom will come from much richer countries, to make things absolutely fair, and so that people from poorer countries who may not have the means of applicants from the richer countries, how can you make it this competition as fair as possible?
They can, of course, they can apply. So as we said, there are absolutely no limits as everything goes digital. They can also write to us. We have, we have a 24 hours assistance. So they can just send their questions by email, and it happens, and we do reply to them. If they succeed in participating and they win, we will make it possible, of course, for them, and we will accompany them to come and physically come and really participate to the event. That's really that's how you really give a dream and the possibility to these people. I mean, if they are winners or runners up in the category, of course they will be able to participate physically.
Yeah. And I understand you're planning a marketing campaign in China too, to reach out to potential Chinese applicants. Obviously, Chinese people will not see an Instagram live in real time now live, but you have plans underway to reach out to mainland China as well.
Oh yes, definitely. We are already in contact with them, and we will do the necessary so that they will be able to participate in a way or another, and also see our conversation and listen to our conversation, dear David. Yeah. Yes.
So this is a truly global competition. I mean, there are not many genuinely global jewellery design competitions with real reach, are there? Because it does take quite a bit of imagination and marketing to reach out to everybody around the world, innovation in terms of how you use digital tools. But it looks like HRD Antwerp is really thinking very carefully about how to flatten out this competition globally and bring everybody in.
Oh, definitely. And as you see, as the 18th edition, every 2 years, so it's 36 years. So it's really a good amount, really, of time. So very, very serious, which means a lot of focus is given. It has always been done from the beginning. So which means that really the idea of giving a chance really to designers was really from the outset in the DNA of HRD Antwerp, and we really want to make this the event. So this is why we are giving more and more focus. And again, the building up of the young minds of the young community, we really want this to be really part of all our structure and all of our project, and not only for the designs also, but that we get some feedback, and the young minds, creative minds are really part of the event and the building up of the event with us.
Okay, and we've got a question from LG Full Stop Gallery from Iran, and I'll just read it verbatim to you, Concetta, if I may. She says, can we only design a necklace, or does it have to be complete with rings, earrings, and bracelets?
Okay, you can do really what you want. Again, creativity, there are no barriers. What is important is really you choose the category that you want to. You can just send one design per category. So if you want to choose also the 3 categories, you can, because we had many questions about, are we limited in the number of categories? Not, you're just limited the number of designs, so 1 per category. But yes, you can really design whatever you want. The important is that there are original designs, not copies, otherwise they are not accepted, of course, and they cannot be judged. So that's super important.
I'm delighted to see that Risha Goyal has joined us, a very well-known influencer across the Instagram jewellery and gemstone spectrum. People like Risha, Concetta, the influencers out there, the very influential people who use Instagram to reach big audiences and who are specialists in this whole area of jewellery and gemstones and diamonds. Are you hoping that they also will embrace this contest, the HRD Antwerp Design Awards, in order to give it a boost of publicity and then to help the winners along their way early next year?
Oh, we would love to. Already, yes, from now, of course, because again, this gives visibility to the talent. This gives visibility not just to the event, but it's, at the end of the day, is really to these young, creative minds who are really behind the designs. And so just, give a chance to them. So by having influencers who endorse the event, endorse the initiative, is really a bigger chance for those who participate. So that would be great. Yeah, absolutely. Honored.
And of course, at Vicenza Oro in January, there will be a lot of influencers present. There always are, very high-profile bloggers and Instagram specialists who promote jewellery and jewellery design. Presumably, they'll be most welcome to attend the red carpet event and to showcase the winners on that evening and after that.
Absolutely, yeah, please. And then for those who really want to be part of this, just don't hesitate to contact us. They will really be our pleasure. Yeah, absolutely, yes, great. And then see how we can collaborate. It will be absolutely, terrific, great. Yes, please do, for the young talents of tomorrow. Yeah.
So the theme of the contest is peace. Presumably, people can interpret peace in whatever way they like, can't they? I mean, there are many ways of looking at this word. It's a very big word. Presumably, there's no, you can't narrow down the interpretation of that word in any way.
No, you can't. I mean, it's really up to, especially for creative minds. Really, this is important. We had to find a team, so we really picked up a team which was, according to us, the most appropriate to what we have really gone through, and try to see, yeah, maybe there is really hope and there is peace. So let's have these creative minds, you know, design around this team, and I think it's a very, very inspiring one. Absolutely, very inspiring one. So. Yeah, I'm sure there is so much to do around this team. It's endless. And again, it's how you interpret it. But for us was really, you know, maybe after, yes, a couple of years of lockdown where we can finally meet and, you know, hug the young designers, not just having to do this digitally, just only. So, of course, this human contact is really important. And with the old war context, yeah, just, you know, say that there is also a moment for young minds really to focus peacefully on a team that can really inspire.
Yeah, and I'm pleased to see that on the Instagram Live, there are many names I can see joining us from all over the world. We've got people joining us from Singapore, from the UK, from Iran, India, Italy, a variety of countries. There we go. We've got a comment there from an Iranian designer. So a huge amount of global interest. Now, looking at the three themes, diamond jewellery, gemstone jewellery and accessories, you don't need to actually have the raw materials, do you, to enter this competition? It's purely from your mind. You design with these,
from the concept, really from the concept, from the designer, from, you know, the inspiration of the designers, and then of course the rest is taken care of, as we said, from the winners, from the two runners-up. So accessorizes, if you think about this segment, we also added this segment because again gives more chances. And if you also think about, you know, all the discussions and all the interest which is important about sustainability, there is also maybe a way there, you know, to marriage these stones with some sustainable material, and then of course create something which is unique. So this is also, again, it really opens the door to so many opportunities. So that's why we added an extra one. So the key also, of course, open the door to many other opportunities to talents and young designers again. So
yeah. So again, we welcome any questions from viewers. These are the 18th edition of the HRD Antwerp Design Awards. Deadline for registrations is the 15th of October. And you register by going to www.HRDAntwerpDesignAwards.com and submitting your designs across whichever category you wish to enter. There are three possible categories. The categories are diamond jewellery, gemstones jewellery and accessories. Concetta, can people enter in all three categories if they want, or just one category or two as they wish?
They can enter any category. They can enter the three categories, but just one design will be, of course, accepted. So yeah, there is no limitation in the categories, just in the number per category. So yeah, don't hesitate.
It's one per category maximum, but you can, if you wish, enter in all three categories, one design in each. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as we said, the adjudication process, which is very carefully thought through, is anonymous, isn't it? The judges cannot identify the designer. They will see either a number or code, but they won't know who has designed the pieces that they are adjudicating. Is that right?
He is absolutely right, and we're really very keen on stating this and repeating this. I mean, the designs are downloaded and that they get a number, a URN, which is, of course, a unique registration number. And it's only through that registration number that, of course, the jury members will look. So just at the talent, at the designs, that they don't know who this design belongs to, which, of course, gives not only the just completely focused on the artistic part of course, and not, of course, this comes from who is designed, or how much experience this person, this artist might have. So,
Yeah.
which gives, of course, more chances again.
And you said earlier that all applicants are welcome who are aged 18 or over, but you also said that if you're under 18, you can also enter this competition. Because I imagine there could be people who might be, say, even 14 or 15 or 16. They've already got an absolute passion for jewelry design, but they can enter, can't they, if they get their parents or guardians permission?
They get their guardian consent. They can of course participate. That's, of course, we need to have that, but they can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the other thing that you said is important is originality. These absolutely must be the designer's own creation. They must be original. This is important, isn't it?
This is super important, yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, they will not be accepted. We cannot accept them. So we have, of course, rules and regulations, which, by the way, you will find also on our website. All the information is there. All the details are there, also on the size of the drawings, of the sketches. But of course, again, despite the fact that all this information is on our website, dedicated website for the HRD Design Awards, do not hesitate to reach out to us, because we're also there. So human beings, not just machines. So if you feel that there is other questions which are not maybe responded through the information that we have shared on our website, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be really happy to help you. So again, just as a general message, please do not hesitate to participate. I mean, the competition is open for everyone. As we said, it's free. So just, open up to your creativity. There is maybe a chance for you. So just don't miss it out. It's really important. So until the 15th of October. So yes, you need to hurry up, send your creativity designs to us, and then we will start all the process from end of October onwards, of course.
And this has to be one of the most serious and high profile global jewelry design contest, because it's been very carefully thought through. I mean, you've made it crystal clear that all these designs must be original and owned by those who submit them. You've got a very clearly worked out adjudication process where the judges do not know the identity of the applicant. And you also, in partnership with two very highly esteemed organizations in this competition, Vicenza Oro, which is a global trade fair, based in Europe, in Vicenza, in northeast Italy, and held twice a year there, one of the biggest trade events in the sector, and SIDJO, the World Jewellery Confederation, which sort of oversees standards across the jewellery and gemstone sector, and again is global. I mean, do you think these partnerships underline, if you like, the probity, the integrity of these design awards?
Oh, for sure, and we are really very proud to have them with us. I mean, it's really a sign of trust, which we are very happy to have, and of course, very, very serious support. And really, by endorsing us, by endorsing our initiatives, by believing in what we do, they are not only a part, of course, of this competition. They really participate with us in the thinking and the putting this into place. But they also believe, just like us, that of course young talent, disruptive, innovative minds are really very much needed, not only for the competition but also for the sector we are in. So they really welcome the idea also of giving more focus and really giving all the means that we have to make of this initiative really the initiative really awaited. That's really what we want, is to make it as really global, and that's the more known as possible, and just it reaches all angles or corners in the world where any young or just creative mind, as you said, 18 or even below with consent, can have a chance to send us the drawings, and then of course have a future one day. And this is super important, because at the end of the day we give a chance, and it's really giving a chance to the community, and having very serious people and very high expertise people at the jury that really accompany this thinking of really helping anyone who really wants to have a future, and by endorsing them and also giving a chance.
And when the very highly qualified panel of judges are assessing these entries. What kind of considerations would be going through their mind? I mean, for example, would they be thinking that a certain application is very much on trend in the marketplace? Will they be thinking of the marketplace and something that, a design that, if you like, is more likely to perhaps find a buyer than one that is maybe completely unrealistic in the market? What sort of considerations will be going through the minds of the judges, do you think?
Well, I think that definitely originality, the wearability, of course, of the piece, and then of course the future that this can have in the market, because of course they are experts and they know, how this piece, this design can have a future or not. So I'm sure that definitely the innovation again is going to be really the first thing, how innovative, how original this piece is, but how wearable this piece is also going to be. So definitely really at least the minimum of let's say, yes, what they're going to be based their grade on. And then of course there is the part where, the ones who have the majority, it's also an aesthetic part, the ones that has the majority in terms of not only originality, creativity, aesthetics, of course will win.
Yeah, a very interesting question from Dola Bella Larissa, who asks, in the application process, are 3D designs accepted? The three-dimensional designs.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah. So essentially, designers can be extremely innovative, can't they, in what they present in terms of the drawings that they are downloading in the application process. So there's you've given a wide remit in terms of the creativity and innovation of applicants.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And also, David, if you allow me also to say that, so when the sketches are downloaded to our dedicated website, of course, so then of course we have a little bit of work. You can imagine where we have already so many people who are applying, and then hopefully after today even more. So we are going to, of course, to download all these, and then the jury members will have a look, of course, at the designs. They will give a grade from 1 to 5, which is super important. And of course, those who have a minimum grade of 4, so will of course be have the chance to be either the winner or the runners-up. So don't forget, in the 3 categories, of course, with diamonds, gemstones, and accessories, we have the winner, we have the runners-up, 2 runners-up, and of course, then we have the winner of the designer, of course, which is going to be the one who is among these categories and among the runners-up the best, of course, grading.
Yep.
So that's very important. Don't hesitate, please, to ask questions if this is not clear, because it's really important that you know how this is going to go.
Yeah, and Jewellery Outlook will be running an article over the next few days with an interview with HRD Antwerp about HRD Antwerp's view of this competition and why HRD Antwerp is organising it and supporting it. So watch out for that interview, which we will be distributing through social media once it's published. That will be from Ellen Johnshire, who I'm delighted to see is joining us today. The interview with Ellen will be appearing in the next few days on Jewellery Outlook, and will be distributed widely across all social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So to sum up, Concetta, we're coming close to the end of our hour. If you were to sum up these awards, why are they important, and why should jewellery designers enter this competition?
They are important because this gives the chance to anyone really globally to participate, anyone who has creativity and maybe doesn't have, the means to be noticed, to be known, somebody who really, just has a lot of creativity and high potential and maybe doesn't have the means just to show this talent. So please don't hesitate. This is why we are there for you, to any young creative minds, no matter the age, of course. So what we want is really to give a chance to this young mind to have a future. So don't miss this out. Maybe very known designers, very known brands, jewelry brands, they will see your talent, and then you can have, of course, a future. And this is why we're doing this with you and for you. Many of the previous young designers will also be happy to share the stories, and this can also inspire you. And even if today we try to give not too much of technical details, because of course it's a first live interview, and I really hope that we're going to have maybe a couple more, dear David. Anyway, it's a real pleasure to talk with you. If you still think that you have some more questions, again, please do not hesitate to write to us, and then we will be, of course, responding to you as soon as possible. Don't miss out the deadline of the 15th of October, and I really, really hope to see many joining. And yes, just give yourself a chance, no matter where you are, of course, no matter where you come from, because again, talent, creativity, and artistic, that's really has no barriers and no limitations. And it's so important in this world, at that domain, it really has no border. So.
Okay. So thank you very much, Concetta, for joining us today. These are the HRD Antwerp Design Awards, the 18th edition. It's a global contest. Jewelry designers from right around the world can enter this competition. The deadline for entries is the 15th of October. The theme of this competition is peace. There are 3 categories: diamond jewelry, gemstone jewelry, and accessories. And you can enter for free by going to www.HRDAntwerpDesignAwards.com. You download your designs for free across any of those categories. You can enter one of the categories, or 2, or all 3. Yes. 1 design per category. Designs must be original, and the designs must be the original creativity of the applicant, of the designer. The adjudication process is strictly impartial. Applicants will have an identification number. The judges who are looking at each applicant's entry will not know the identity of that applicant. And there will be a fabulous red carpet event at Vicenza Oro, the Vicenza Gold Jewellery Fair, on the 22nd of January next year. To award the winners, there'll be 1 winner and 2 runners-up for each of the categories, and there will be a huge publicity boost for all of those winners, whose entries will be seen on the HRD Antwerp website. Influencers will be getting behind this, and it will be a great boost to the careers of those who win, who will be able to do all kinds of things potentially. They could maybe, like previous winners, join a high brand in the jewelry design team, or they will be able to have great success running their own business. The winners' entries will be produced. This will be a remarkable thing, and of course we'll then join the HRD Antwerp community with the full backing of HRD Antwerp. So we've come to the end of our hour. Thank you very much again, Concetta, for explaining these awards to us. If you do have any questions, please do write either to HRD Antwerp or to myself. Watch out for the interview article with Ellen John Shear, who is leading HRD Antwerp, which will appear on Jewellery Outlook over the next few days, which will talk about the vision of HRD Antwerp behind these awards. So thank you very much. Thanks, Concetta, and speak with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you to you. Bye.
Bye-bye.